Welcome to Terrorize You to the Core podcast, brought to you by Jasmine Lugo. Tonight's episode 16. Tonight we bring you 2 terrorizing you to the core stories. Our first story, Stuck Inside. I laid in my bed day in and day out. Ever since the accident, that's all I've been able to do. I'm now trapped in my own body. The doctor said I was in a coma, but I knew everything that was going on. I even knew that what kept me in my body was my fear of what was waiting for me. At night, I saw it better. It waits in the dark corner of the room. It just stays there watching me. It was hard to see at first, but then its red eyes glowed bright one night. I was starting to wake up, and it was right above me waiting. In my fear, I stayed inside. It now just waits, like it knows I can't hold on much longer. Story 2, What Came Out of the Woods. I walked home. It was just completely quiet. This was not unusual for the country. I thought I heard a few crickets, but I didn't even hear those. I was about 5 minutes from getting home. The air started to cool a little as the sun began to go down. I was happy. I was almost home. I loved the country life, but being in the dark scared me, and in the country, it got dark. I suddenly heard a cracking sound in the woods that broke me out of my thoughts. I stopped walking and turned towards the sound. I waited to see if I heard it again. I then got the feeling that I was being watched. Quickly turning to continue walking and telling myself I'll be home soon, I heard it again. But this time, it was closer. The cracking sound was on the outer edge of the woods. I wanted to look, but instead, I ran. My feet took off before I knew what I was really doing. I felt the feeling of this thing behind me coming quickly. I saw my house. I was almost there. Just as I was about to reach the edge of my yard, I felt something come up behind me. I felt its arms wrap around me and pull me back. I tried to scream, but it had its hand on my mouth. I tried to fight, but I was not winning. Into the woods it took me. Into the dark woods I stayed. This has been episode 16 of Terrorize You to the Core podcast, created by Jasmine Lugo. Copyright February 2017. Hi, Terrorizers. Tonight's episode will contain 2 episodes. From now on, our podcasts are going to be weekly podcasts. They will contain 2 stories each week. I hope you enjoy. Come back next week for another Terrorizing You to the Core story.